Tuesday morning. Everything's pretty trash from yesterday. I've tried to blow things off the best I could, but yeah, I had the push mower and the walk behind up and didn't have time to scrape last evening, so I just blew them out. One hand holding the walk behind up, another one blowing up underneath. But yeah, it was not like a muddy mess, it was just a little muddy. So anyways, I got to bring the bagger with me today, suck up some stuff, but it should be a pretty easy day. Besides 1 yard, later tonight, if I can get to it, I got to drop everything off and go back and cut 1 yard at the end of a hilly dead-end road where I can't bring my trailer down with the push mower, the weed eater, and the blower. We'll see if I get to that one. You've seen it on the channel before, so I'm sure it's going to be a mess. Wednesday, it's 12:06. It's not looking good. It just started clouding up out of nowhere. I don't even think the weather was calling for rain today, but I mowed one. Last night, I got a cover on my truck bed, so I just kept everything with me. I went out and I was mowing, just push mowing lawns with the old Toro. The new Toro's up there. I had that, the backpack blower, so I collapsed the handle on the mower. I had the trimmer, the blower, and the cans, the gas cans. It was rough. I got some stuff done, and I went and mowed one this morning between quotes. I did 2 quotes this morning. Got one instantly, waiting to hear back from the other client. I got the one that I wanted the most, though, so there's that. But yeah, you can see it's super windy. I'm going to call it a day. The next 2 days are looking horrible for rain. This looks like it's just going to be a really fierce thunderstorm. And yeah, I'll probably pick up the next mowing day. It'll probably be a couple days. Like I said, it's gonna rain big time over the next like 2 or 3 days. So, which sucks because I got to get my Thursday and my Friday stuff done. So I'm caught up, but I'm going to get behind in the next 2 days. But I guess I'll see you guys then. It is Saturday evening. It is 4:26, and it's I went to load up at like just before 4, and now everything's all soaked and rainy. But the rain's about to end, I guess, for a little bit. I got everything covered up in the bed of the truck, and the mowers are just getting wet, so we'll see how this goes. It's now 7:06, but I just got this, well, I don't mow the Easter lilies there until they're dead, but I got this church done that I do. It took an hour. So it's late Saturday night, so it'll be looking good for Sunday morning. So tomorrow, you just kind of mow along the parking strip through there on both sides. Cut the front and some stuff down there. But I feel like I'm losing my voice out here. It's so humid. It's hard to talk. It's super humid. It's been raining on me. You can actually see the trailer's wet and the mower's wet. Everything's wet. So, yeah, I can't say it's been the greatest week for mowing, but getting stuff done. So I'm thankful for that. Monday, April 7th. This is 7 days growth. And it's ankle high. Crazy, right? I mean, it's like that just about everywhere. But it's going to be in the 50s this week, so it's cold. Got my Carhartt on. It's muddy. And it has rained every single day. So, it's not going to rain today. So we're just going to make do with what I've got, because yeah, the phone calls are finally starting to come in, which is awesome. All right, and we are back. Yeah, so it's been pretty tough to make videos over the last 2 weeks. When I'm recording this voiceover, it is April 14th, so we're about midway through April. Everything's been super wet. You see that in the clips. You know, the tires on the motor are muddy and this and that. I'm sure some people are going to tear into me that, oh my gosh, you just don't know what you're doing. Why'd you do this and that and everything in between? Just because my mower's trashed doesn't mean the yard that I'm mowing is actually wet. And two, half the yards, you know, that's just, it is how it is this time of the year. You know, most people know, but you know, you have some people who are maybe in some warmer, drier areas, like, you know, some parts of Florida and Texas, and you know, they aren't used to trying to just make do with the weather. In my area, a lot of people are just thankful to have the lawn mowed and have it looking okay through the rain and stuff. And thankfully, you know, I haven't had issues with customers. You know, most people just know. They know that, you know, you're lucky to get cut with all the rain that we get between March, April, and sometimes May. But anyways, it has been insanely stressful. I could make my life easier by like doing GoPro footage, but you know, it is what it is. Also, this is a yard, or this yard is bi-weekly. I'm sure you can tell. It's the first cut of the year for this one, so I'm sure it's going to be worse next week. Or I guess this week now when I'm recording this. But yeah, this vlog is actually made up of just clips from the past like 2 or 3 weeks. Mostly the last 2 weeks, but yeah, you can see the grass is just flying. Mostly chickweed, purple dead nettles, and some tall fescue. But you know, I don't mind this time of the year. I don't mind mowing the stuff. It's just chickweed's the one thing that's just super annoying to mow. That the purple dead nettles are kind of annoying as well, but it is what it is. But you know, I'm just kind of knocking stuff down, getting stuff done. But you know, I have been recording with the GoPro because I do prefer the third-person footage like this on the tripod. But really, it just comes down to when it's raining and I've been mowing a lot in the rain, or like when it's drizzling. I don't mow in the pouring down rain usually. I try to avoid that. But yeah, I just don't want to get my camera wet and, you know, ruin things. You know, I can try to get footage, but what good does it do if it, one, doesn't turn out good and I ruin the camera at the same time? But yeah, I've been trying to keep my head above water. When people ask how I'm doing, trying to keep my head above water. So I've been dealing with, you know, a lot of phone calls coming in, and I've gotten a lot of yards from that. So, you know, I've got a lot of work for one guy at the moment, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm very thankful and blessed to have the work coming in. So it's been working out. You know, I don't feel super stressed, you know, besides the weather. But besides that, I haven't bitten off more than I can chew. And the business is growing quite tremendously. So, yeah, I guess besides the weather, things have been going smooth. I just haven't had time to record anything. So this is the yard that I did next up right after the last clip that you saw. I actually had a lot of time to record today, or on this day, I guess, you know, this Monday. And yeah, I was able to record here and there, so that's why there's so many mowing clips. You know, normally when you watch like a lawn care vlog, you're kind of in it for the mowing and the weed eating clips. It's really hard for me to record weed eating because me being just one guy, it's, you know, especially on a tight schedule with the rain and stuff, it's just tough to set up the camera, do a swipe with the weed eater, pick up the camera, move it, do a swipe, walk back, pick, you know what I mean? So you know, generally when I watch stuff, I think most people do kind of tune in for like the mower stuff, you know, seeing the grass get cut. Some people are in it for the tall grass, some people just like seeing stripes. For me though, I'm picking up some trash there. But for me though, really, it really just comes down to, you know, this is what I have time to record, to show some of the work, show what I'm doing, what I'm working with, etc. And, you know, I started my channel late into the season last year, the 2024 season. So, you know, this is what I wanted to do this year, is actually show a little bit of everything, especially while it's growing. Obviously, come, you know, like late July or August, I'm sure things will slow down before picking back up in September with the cooler temperatures. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. So even though my clips and my videos have been kind of just like a mess, you know, I'm glad I was able to do the first day, like first week in lawn care kind of thing. That was really enjoyable to put together, but, you know, I can't find enough time in my life to put together clips for like weekly updates. There's just not enough action, so that's why you know, this spans a couple weeks or a week or so, you know, of video coming out late, because, you know, one, I have to find time to edit it all, and then finally I have to actually, you know, have enough stuff that's interesting. Yeah, it's not the most fun thing to do, but this is what a lawn guy likes to see, because this means you made a lot of money today. Usually either that or you made a grave mistake. Yeah, I just scraped the mower out. I gotta blow that in the yard and blow the mower off. It's trash. My tires are covered in mud. I just mowed the backyard, all mud striped out. Looks like this caster might need some air. Yeah, I'll take care of that stuff in the morning, though. I need to sharpen the blades and stuff, but it's Monday and I don't have time. It rained all weekend, couldn't get to the shop, so yeah. All right, that's the end for Monday, April 7th. It's 8:32. I'm closing up the shop. I'm going home. I need to eat. I haven't had any lunch today or anything to drink. I'm super dehydrated, so everything's trash. The floor's trash. Mower, trash. I blew it off, though. I scraped it. I didn't get a chance to scrape the push mower, but it shouldn't be too bad. When I mowed with it, it was pretty dry, so scrape it in the morning. Hopefully I'll find time tomorrow evening or something to do blades. Today was just crazy. Phone calls off the ringer. It was bad. I mean, it was good. You know, I need those calls to stay in business, obviously. And I got, I think, like 3 or so yards today already, just where people were coming out. So it was a very profitable day. It was just super exhausting, but I'm going to close up for the night, and I'll see you guys in another video when I get a chance to make a vlog, because it's been raining every single day, and it's hard to film when it's raining. I've been mowing in the rain, and it will rain more this week. So there's your mud stripes from last night at the end of the last video. Everything's nice and mucky right now. But this is the time of the year where I'm getting calls where people don't care what it looks like. They just want it done. So It says you like fertilize people. They usually have French drains or something installed in their yard because they care too much about stuff like this. So I don't even know if it's showing up in the video how what everything is, but I had to cut it just to get it down and dry it out. I would say that looks pretty good considering how wet it is.